All right, shed build, 8x12, 2x6s, put it on skids. Didn't film the framing part. Perfectly square, used 3-inch screws on the sides. I'm gonna go over, I'm building a shed out here. This is gonna be 8x12. And what I'm doing now, unfortunately I didn't film building the floor or the base of the shed. I used 2x6s for the framing, treated, and I did that all along. Everything is spaced 16 inches. The one most important thing, if you're gonna do a floor or build a shed like this, that needs to be square. And what you do is you take the tape from one corner, so over there to this corner, and then over there, and those measurements should be exactly the same. If they're not, your shed is not square, and you are going to have big problems when you get up to the top. Things aren't going to line up. So if I can stress anything, having your shed square is extremely important. So again, it's from that corner to this corner, that corner to that corner. And that's how you check for square. Those measurements should be exactly the same. And so what I'm doing now is I'm getting ready to frame up this wall. So I have a 12-foot plate here. If that's not what it's called, I'm not a builder. I learned how to build from watching YouTube videos like what you're doing right now. So I've marked out this bottom plate, I'll mark out the top plate, and then these studs that are gonna go, up and down and hold the load, I've cut them down. They were 8 foot. I took 8 inches off because, you have 2 plates on top, 1 on the bottom, and then I want the walls to hang down a little bit. I'm using 8-foot sheets of smart paneling. All right, so what I was talking about before, I've marked these out, 16-inch on center, all the way down. And this is how you want to do it. And then what I'm doing is I'm actually going back 3/4 of an inch from center to mark out my stud. And then I bring the line down on this side too, just helps me measure it up. But this is how you're gonna mark them. At least this is how I do it. If you got a better way, that's fine, but this is how I do it. So we're just gonna grab some more lumber here. This is how I kind of check for straightness. You look down, you see if there's a bow bend in it. When I pick my lumber, I try to get the straightest possible pieces. Obviously, it's not always possible. Sometimes the lumber's kind of crap. Sometimes it's good. These are 8-foot pieces. I'm taking 8 inches off. And then what I'm gonna do, as I'll show you this soon, is I'm gonna check the ends for square, make sure all these cuts are square. And then if one of them isn't, then I will cut, that'll be the end that I'll cut off. As you can see, let's look at this. Looking for any bowing. These are all pretty decent. These are the best ones I could get anyways from the store. Let's see, how many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 totals. Make sure you stick around till the end of the video. I build a really solid, strong door. You don't need to buy one. I just did the other end over here. I checked for square. Very simple. All you do, put this on, line it up. If it looks straight with the square, your ends are square. Now these ends don't matter because they're getting cut off, but all the ends on the other end are straight and square. So now I'm just gonna measure these up. We're gonna cut all these down, take 8 inches off, get ready to frame that up. As you can see, there we are, 88. And just keep on moving down the line. I really like building a lot. I don't do it professionally or anything like that. This is a hobby, but I really enjoy it. I love being out on my land here. Lucky to have land. Seems like it's Very hard to find land nowadays. Sliding that up. 88. All right, got all these measured. Now we're gonna cut. All right. Since I'm a one-man operation out here, these clamps are worth every penny. Every penny. Like having a whole another set of hands. All right. Moving. The wall framing, I used 3-inch construction grade screws. Each stud got 2 screws in the top and bottom plates. I didn't film any of it, but you can see the rest of the walls I did the same way and had them assembled. Shed build 2023, got the ladders done. These here, I built those, put them on the ends. That way I can have a little bit of an overhang. I still have to build the last part for the end of the shed. Unfortunately, I didn't hardly film anything of this build because there's so many bugs. It's been really hard to want to film. I kind of just want to get it done. So I'm going to try and get a little bit here so you can get the gist of it. You see the top double plate on the top. They tie in together. You want to check everything's at its square. Check the trusses that they're level. And then I have a support. You can see here you screw in supports across the top of the trusses, then screw in a support on the bottom at an angle. That way they're not going to move. So when I'm putting the plywood up on top, they should not move at all. I would kind of wish I would have filmed this part, but right on the front, before I put the ladders up, I had a string going across down the center, all the way down to the back end in the center. That way I knew the trusses were all lined up perfectly. All I had to do was match, the peak of each truss with the string all the way down. Then I know they're perfectly centered. This is bracing I put on the walls, so the frame, so everything stays in square. Helps support it. Once you put the siding on, which I'm using plywood, actually smart panel plywood, it looks like real wood. Once I put that up and glue it and screw it in, this will have the strength and it won't move at all. But this is just a quick little update on the shed, how it's going. The bugs are absolutely horrendous here. Probably the worst I've ever experienced, probably. But anyways, I'll keep filming whatever I can. So in here, when you screw these bottom plates down, I used a 3-inch screw that's coated so it can go into treated lumber because this is treated on the bottom. And then as you can see here, I made my cuts underneath before I put this wall up. That way when I want this cut out, I just saw this here. I don't have to cut into my floor. I did that on both sides. You can see right there. I hung the trusses upside down, as you can see in this photo, before I would stand them all up and tack them in. I staggered the plywood, put H-clips in so there was gaps in between the sheets. I didn't show the roofing, but I used metal roofing material. It's pretty basic. You just screw that down, and then of course ice guard underneath the metal roofing. I used 8-foot sheets of metal roofing, just cut those in half. The spots where I cut obviously went up to the top, and then the ridge cap covered that. I think it was 4 sheets on each side. And just remember, do your own research. This is just a shed, and I am not a builder. So this clip here shows the project supervisor coming out to check on our progress. Throughout this build, I've had lots of critters come through and get caught on the game camera, so I have a different video on that if you want to check that out. Now back to the shed build. So you can see here I already have the smart panel up. Underneath it is construction adhesive on each stud, plus a whole bunch of screws in each panel. And then as we swing around, you'll look up under the roof. There are clear plastic panels that I used caulk and screws to hold in. Instead of putting wood up there as bird blocks, I used these, and it lets natural light into the shed. This will be the back. This is the smart panel. I screwed this frame together. What I did is I took a drill bit and I drilled these holes so the screws could get in. 3-inch screws, they sit right about here, 2 on each. Did that, drilled holes, all those pieces. Then on the other side, over here, I took screws and connected this to here. And now that I know it fits, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that off and I'm gonna put a really good premium construction adhesive underneath these 2x4s and re-screw this down. That way it's really solid, sticks together, and then once this is screwed onto the back, this should be a nice solid door. All right, we're back. I'm gonna show you what I used. This is what I used, and it works. It's expensive, but it's worth it. It works really, really well. So I lined the other side of this door with this same adhesive all the way around. Took one tube to do both sides, and then I'll sandwich this on, screw it down, and once that cures, that door will be really solid. Here we go. All right, this is it. This worked out really well. Really well. This door is solid. Heavy duty, just painted it. Looks shiny, but I gotta second coat it yet. But yeah, this is it. And obviously I gotta put a handle in. So here you'll see the door, it's finished. Unfortunately I didn't film it, but you can see 3 deadbolts. So I installed 3 deadbolts, evenly spaced, bottom, top, middle. They're super solid. It's really nice, locks up nice. These are some shots of the inside. You can see the natural light comes in through those plastic bird blocks that I put in up top. Here you can see the shed is basically finished. You can see the metal roofing that I used up top. The sides are all painted. What I did is I bought some composite trim and trimmed out all the sides. And here you can see I put a little spray foam in a gap I had up in the top part of the roof. You can see here in this shot, I added a padlock in addition to the 3 deadbolts. Eventually I do put a handle on. Overall, this shed has turned out excellent. I'm very happy with it. At the time of editing this video, I've had it up for 2 years. I've had no issues, no leaks. If you have any suggestions, comments, questions, whatever, leave them in the comment section below. Remember, do your own research. I'm just a hobbyist builder. I learned how to build this from watching YouTube videos like you're doing right now. Thanks for watching.